Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're going to be taking a look at Queen, a two-time ASL champion, going up against one of the strongest rising Terrans in the world. It is Speed. Speed, of course, has made it into ASL, or now SSL. I won't give any spoilers if you haven't seen his group play yet, but I think he's gaining some fans. Like, definitely we've seen some good games out of him. He's a hard worker. He plays his own style. Very, very fun. And he, like, his own style thing, I think, is a really big thing. I feel like that's one of the things that excites people for these casts more than most things. Like, for instance, Zealot is very popular here. You know, he's kind of a very aggressive Zerg. Bishop is one of the most popular players here, even though he's, like, not super top pro. Like, he's in ASL or now SSL sometimes, but not all the time, right? But he's very popular because he's got kind of his own style. I think Speed falls into this type of category where it's like, well, this guy just plays very differently, right? He has some funny mech builds against Zerg. He's pretty aggressive against Protoss, right? And so those types of things, I feel like he is going to be one of the players in the future we're going to just have a lot of fun with. In various tournaments, castings, replays, whatever it might be. So anyways, playing here against Queen, who, I mean, you can't really question. Queen is a stronger player, right? Two-time ASL champion. Like, this guy knows what he's doing. Even though he's had a harder time in ASL more recently. He one season not making it in some, like, A-rank Terran, just, like... Marine rushed him 3 times and he died. Oh, that was funny. He ate a lot of crap for that one. But anyways, it's cross spawn here on Radeon, and it looks like just a very standard opener from Queen. Looking over at the other side, is Speed here doing a full scout. He is doing a wall-in. This is a wall-in that has 2 holes that Zerglings could get through, but it's better than no wall-in for sure. Unless you get, like, 4-pulled or something. But I like these 1 depot wall-ins quite a bit, actually. I think that they're quite strong. You have to have a few more Marines to really block it, but it's less attackable. It's easier to defend later on, like in mid-game, right? Early game, maybe Speedlings are a little bit stronger against it, but if your opponent's attacking you when you have a wall with Speedlings, there's something wrong. All right, anyways, single Marine going out into the middle will push Queen's drone back. The SCV comes up. He's going to be just kind of taking a look. This is something that we've seen a lot lately where, oh, he's going to lose it. That was a misclick from Queen. So Queen came up and wanted to put damage on it, and you can get a hit and then run away in that situation. But you could see the misclick where the drone stalled out for a second. So he messed that up a little bit. That was a little bit greedy anyways. Like, why are you risking for 5 damage on a Marine? Yes, it's something, but even if you only lose a drone, let's say you lose the drone, okay? I'm trying to put this into perspective. Let's say you deal 5 damage to that Marine, and you lose the drone 1 out of 20 times. Is that worth it to put the 5 damage on the Marine? I would say absolutely not. 1 out of 30 times, is it worth it? 1 out of 100 times, is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know the full answer to that. I think that's something that everyone would probably have to answer for themselves, but I err towards no. The 5 damage on the Marine won't come into play very often. It does make it 1 less Zergling hit to kill him, right? Anyways, the SCV up here does see that the 3rd hatchery is in the main base. Ooh, blocks where the Spire was going to go down. Queen just turns and fights, but this does actually delay the Spire by, 5-6 seconds. That's kind of nice. And it's already cross-spawned, so that's going to allow Speed to kind of do his own thing and feel very comfortable. Walking back now with his 4 Marines. Going to go and sit tightly in that wall. +1 is going. Stim is going. And now we're going to have to see the barracks ads, right? He's got enough Marines pretty much to just hold the wall against almost anything that comes in. Excuse me. And here we go. The barracks on the way. He should add 2 more there as well. Sometimes we see people go up to 5 barracks. He could technically, in this situation, cross-spawn, go up to 5 barracks and just do like an all-in. But I think what we'll see from Speed here is probably 4 barracks play. Little move out. Just keeping Queen honest. Queen, the way he runs to the side, he's showing that he would like to do a run by here and get some damage. And yeah, he's got the 3 barracks coming, +1 or plus range, marine range. I don't know what you call them, plus, but marine range gets started there as it should. And we're gonna have 7 mutas hatching here, or started here in just a moment. And there you go, 7 mutalisks on the way. So everything, like, this is about as standard an opener as you can really get from both sides. Notice, by the way, he does make 3 medics in a row. That's just so they can start building up energy. It's good to just get them out. If you don't need the fighting units right then, just make the medics. Let them bank up. You know, makes a big difference, actually. All right, missile turrets getting started. 1 comsat is up, other one on the way. And here is that 3rd base from Queen. So it is at another natural, which is very popular at the moment. Definitely no big surprise there. Everyone's kind of been playing like that recently. And so, you know, this is going to be probably the point of contention that we see between Speed and Queen. Is basically Speed is waiting for +1 and a few more Marines. You really want to have probably, if you can have 20 Marines, 5 medics with +1 range stim, that's like a very good roaming number. So we'll see exactly how quickly he goes out. His +1 is about to finish. Queen doing some light harassment. Gonna fly over the missile turrets here. This can be a little bit risky, right? He's got this turret here, which is really annoying for Queen, and Queen is gonna run out. So he actually took a lot of damage. Okay, so that wasn't that good from Queen. He did kill some SCVs. The SCV count is actually pretty low right now. You know, you want 33 to 35 SCVs before your factory. And you can see he did drop below that a bit. But now it's time for the move out. You know, you dealt that much damage. You have this many barracks, and you can see he's got about 16, 17 Marines, then 4 in the bunker. He might unload some of those to go with him. He's got +1. He's got range and stim. Oh my God, 1 hit from death. Crazy. But yeah, it's really time for him to move out and start pressuring. Looking at Queen's side, he is making a lot of mutas. He might try to take this like Sulky, where he just makes lots of mutas and lings and then surrounds. Yeah, look at this. 5 groups of lings actually being made right now. So he's going to try to play it kind of Sulky style, where he swarms and kills the whole army. And that can be really, really good. If you can do it efficiently, it is like, it's one of the scariest things to play against. So Speed is continuing to reinforce. He's actually emptied the bunker all the way. He's got more than enough Marines and medics to give a good fight to anything that comes against him. And you can see lots of lings, lots of Marines, mutas, and a lot more lings being made while that lurker upgrade is on the way. So it's really, this is probably going to come down to 2 engagements. The first is going to be when Queen pulls the trigger, and the second is going to be either Queen or either Speed trying to break out of Queen's containment because he won that engage, or Speed trying to break through a base of Queen because Queen lost that engage, right? So really it comes down to Queen pulling this trigger, and then we'll go from there. You can see he's got a good spread, a good amount of units. Speed is playing so carefully. You can't just attack into his position very easily. But if he moves out, this is where you might be able to do it. Okay, another stim. 2 more medics come out. Okay. Oh, he aggroes the lings. This is not good for Queen. This is not well timed. This is not well timed at all. And you can see, right? Like, Speed smashes that. If your lings start getting aggroed, that's where Terran takes control. But you need everything to hit at exactly the same time. And that just didn't happen. Now, since Queen lost that engagement, this could end up being a quick game. We have 1 lurker there. Oh, that's it? 1 lurker's not going to do anything against this army. Okay, he's trying to slow it down with his mutas from behind. Okay, he has some lings coming up. He should just skip those medics. He needs to get up here. Yeah, look at this. He stims forward, getting some drones. He's ready to target down these lurkers if they finish. The muta's actually doing a very, very good job, but this is that secondary attack that's likely to end up deciding this game if he can break through. The lurker actually gets burrowed. The mutas have done, like, actually an astoundingly good job of reducing this. I thought for sure this hatch was going to go down. And he holds it. He holds it. He did lose a couple drones. He lost a lot of his mutas, but he ends up holding. It's only one lurker here, so this is still very, very breakable, and the game continues, though. And that's, you know, I guess that's the good part. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, it's kind of funny because you saw just how good Queen's Mulus control can be, but he just didn't hit the actual main army well enough. And that's, you know, this is why Sulky now has, you know, Queen won 2 championships years ago, and now Sulky has won 2 in a row. And Sulky takes engagements like that perfectly, right? And that's something that you just gotta learn to do. You have to just be so efficient. Now some Irradiate's gonna go down on these mutas. Ooh, that bottom Irradiate doing some good damage. Weakens those mutas quite a bit. There's only 1 lurker and 1 sunk here, so I think he's gonna be able to break through. Mutas come up once again to battle. What he wants to do is hit them as they're going up here. See? So, oh, that's a beautiful burrow as well. Very, very annoying. Another lurker comes up. Maybe burrows a little bit too close. Only gets 1 spine out. The sunken goes down. The mutas are very, very low at this point. Speed is doing a great job. He's up at 6 barracks and 2 starports. So just really producing a lot of pressure here. He's got 1-1 upgrades. More Marines coming in. The Nidus finishes up over here, but I think the amount of damage is going to maybe be a little bit too high here for Queen. The Lurker trying to get up there and, like, add its damage in, but I think this is basically game. I think it's, a quick one there. But yeah, I think that this was actually a really informative game in a lot of ways. I actually want to jump back and show exactly about this, right? Because like I was talking about, this is the important thing. Like when you have these types of builds going at it, where, so there's 2 ways. There's 2 ways to defend against someone who's going to be very aggressive with Marine Medic, okay? And very aggressive generally has to do with getting fast +1. That's most of the very aggressive mid-game builds have a fast +1, okay? So there's 2 ways. One is you start the Lurker upgrade right after your mutas. Okay? And so you just have lurkers by the time they get there. The other is you make a lot of mutas and a lot of lings and crush the army. Okay? So these are the two main things that you're kind of looking at of like, okay, this is how the mid game is going to go. So look, he's making a good amount of units. He has a good amount of units out here. If you look at the actual unit counts, this is technically enough to kill all this. Okay? And in fact, again, if Sulky were controlling this, he would probably have crushed this army. And the thing is, Queen is great, but like these are some of the differences that we're seeing between players that are right now winning championships and players that used to win championships. So let's take a look at this engage, okay? So what he's doing here is he's trying to slow it down. He's trying to get some pickoffs on this side and stop some reinforcements, okay? He has all these lings out here. Let's watch. Okay. A few Marines walk forward. This is the moment. He aggroes these lings. Okay. So already he's getting some damage. These mutas are way down here fighting the bulk of the army that they don't really want to fight alone. You have these units way over here, these units here, and this little tiny group right there. So let's take a look, right? He comes up and then he's like, oh shit, I got to run away. Okay. So now that stops him from microing this group. He pulls this group back, and then the group that was right here gets aggroed. And he's going to lose additional lings. Right? Well, I'm going to slow this down quite a bit. Here comes the attack. Right? The lings are almost, like, look at how many lings as they start to hit. Most of the lings are already dead by the time these mutas come in and start getting their damage. You really have to make sure everything hits at, like, exactly the same time. These aren't zealots, they're zerglings, right? They have no tankiness to them. You have to have so many targets, it's hard for the Marines to kill everything. And this is really where the game got out of control for Queen. All right, yeah, there you go. A solid game from Speed. Honestly, I don't think Queen played badly. It was this one thing that went poorly. Everything else seemed very good from Queen. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.